What's up, fam? So welcome to the very first episode of TalkswithRodz Unfiltered. Now, as you can tell, we're in a different space, different area, transfer different spots out. And you might be wondering, Rods, another one? Yes, another setup, another just place where we're going to go and just share some pretty interesting word. Now, before you freak out, no, this does not mean that we're going to cancel any of the other two. What it actually means is we're going to add a third episode in the week. So Monday, we'll have our Monday motivation. Wednesdays will be the word that'll be dropping the Talks with Rods. And then Friday will be Rods, Talks with Rods Unfiltered. You might be asking, Rods, what else could you be talking about? Lots of things. But to give you like a general idea of what this will be, it's going to be some different spots, different locations. Today I'm here in this little, quick setup of a thing, a couple basic lights, the camera, one angle, we're going to be talking. And maybe next week we'll be outside. We might be at a friend's house, might be, at a studio, might be different places. The reason why it's unfiltered is because these are just going to be conversations among friends. These will be conversations that you and I have, some ideas that maybe, some thoughts that happen throughout the week that don't really sit with like a motivational thing. It's not really like a talk where I'm going to drop a big word. It's more of just a leisurely, just two friends with some coffee, just hanging out, have a conversation. Yeah. So that's what this is going to be talking about. On this episode, we'll have some guests. We'll have some questions, some fan questions, some submissions that we're putting on here. And it'll just be a good time. It'll be as if you're just at the house, hanging out with some buddies. Yeah. So you're hanging out with me. This is our time of hanging out. This is Rods and my fam just chilling, having some conversations. Yeah. So the reason for this one, for today, right, the very first episode, it came out of the blue. Literally, I was in my car driving. I'm like, all right, I'm about to get home, about to start setting things up. And a friend of mine sent me a song. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm listening to it. It's a really great praise and worship song. And then I hear that there's like on the bottom part, hey, for the full acoustic version, click here. Obviously, I'm interested. I like it. So I click it. And they goes to this, like, it's a compilation of 3 different songs. And it's by this group called One Voice. And if you don't know who they are, I'm down below. I'm gonna put in the comment in the details. They're linked to the song, to the video that I saw that got me just hyped up, which got me led to this. The very first episode. I'm excited for it, and I knew I wanted to drop something special, and God never disappoints. He brought me this one. And I don't know about you, but for me, we all have our special place where God talks to us. Some people, are in the prayer closet. Some people are, in the rooms. Some people are in the kitchen. Some people are singing on stage, whatever. I have a buddy of mine that he says that when he's in the showers, when God speaks to him more clearly, whatever, I guess acoustics, it is what it is. For me, it's the car. I drive around, a lot of different things, for videos, for work, whatever. But God, at least in my life, has just dropped some of the most fire words. Like words I'm like, wow, God, like that had to be you. When I'm in the car. So I ended up calling them the Car Chronicles. And when I tell you, like, those that know me really close, like you guys that know me well, Car Chronicles are the ones where we come out swinging sometimes. Like there have been times where I'll be about, I'm by myself, I'll pick up a buddy of mine, and then I'm like, man, I was just listening to this song. Like, what song? And then we both got in the word, and it's great. And I love it. And this kind of reminded me of that. But what I want to talk about today, like, again, like it's called Unfiltered, because there's no like real structure to it, in the sense of this wasn't planned out. This was, I'm like, all right, I don't want to talk to the fam. Hey, how's your week? We're going to catch up a little bit. And God's like, we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about this video. So that's what I'm doing. And I liked it a lot. I personally enjoy this the most because it's spontaneous. It's, I listen to one song, and then YouTube usually gives you the next one. It's like, oh, listen to the next song, and then the next song. Before you know it, you're in a full-blown worship service by yourself in your car. Like, talk about, just crying hard sometimes, just in the word, just, Lord Jesus, you've just been talking to me, just revealing some great things, some massive revelations, and it's awesome. Like, it legitimately gets me excited when those things happen, because like I said, it's spontaneous. And I love when God does that, because when he drops this like word into my heart and he puts it into my spirit, I just can't wait to tell you guys about it. Sometimes it's a motivational one. Sometimes it's, a legit, we sit down, we have some good verses for it, and we have like a full talk, like what we have on Wednesdays. And then sometimes, like today, you just have to let go. Let God do what he has to do and just let him lead you. You know, whether it's a fast song or slow song, there have been songs that I'll hit it, I'll like it, and I'll just play on repeat over and over and over. And before I know it, I'm like an hour into it. And I mean, I know I'm not the only one. Like, I know I was talking to a buddy. I told my buddy about it, like, before I recorded this. You know, I started hopping this on to turn the computer, the camera on. And he's like, bro, I feel you. That happens to me all the time. Like, and it's a beautiful thing. For me, it's amazing to think that, wow, you know, God, yes, he's obviously a God of discipline, a God of structure, and he likes things, you know, a certain way. But he's also a God of spontaneity. That's the word. I said it right. The God of spontaneity, the God that whether you're walking down the street or in the middle of service, whether you're taking a shower, whether you're pouring some coffee, whether you're at dinner, when God shows up, I mean, it's different. Like, he just takes a lead. And I know, like, a few weeks back, you know, I was at church and it happened in our English service. I have 3 services at my church. We have 2 in Spanish, 1 in English. Alpha and Omega, if you're in South Florida area. So, you know, come on by. Love to have you there. But in the English service, we were going through and just, there's the presence of God start moving, right? And I just want to, you know, say thank you, and just grateful for the worship team allowing themselves to be led. You know, obviously we have like a plan of what we want to do, but, you know, our worship leaders were just like, like, we're into it. They talked to our pastor and they're like, yeah, and just they start flowing. And then he caught the same idea. You know, they kind of just linked up without saying a word, right? Just eye cues, like, you got this, yeah, we're good. And just God just started moving, and he started just revealing himself. And man, was it a powerful service! It was just an amazing, amazing, amazing worship service where God 100% moved. Lives were changed. I mean, people were just breaking out of chains. It was beautiful. Like, that's the best way I can describe it. It's just, it's just amazing of how God just moved around for this. And why, for me, I was looking at it and I was kind of like thinking about it. Why doesn't it happen more often? And I don't mean, like, obviously when you go to church, like, you know, there's a structure, there's a plan, like the pastor brings a word that he's been, you know, studying and he can bring it to the congregation. That's fire. And I love that. And, like, you know, we're supposed to take that fire and take it with us into the world. But why don't we do that more often? Why don't we just every now and then just be like, you know what, God, I just love you. I just want to give you thanks. I'm not asking for anything. I just want to tell you how much I love you, how much I care about you. When we do that, it legitimately gets me excited. It gets me excited because it's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it makes me smile. It makes me smile to think and to know that the God that I serve, the God that's got my back, he meets me wherever I'm at. Whether I'm having an amazing day and I'm spending an hour and a half with him into the word, or whether I'm just kind of feeling low and I'm like, God, you know what? Like, all I got to say is thank you. And he just replenishes your spirit. He gives you that recharge. Yeah. Like, that's how we need to serve God. That's how we need to approach it. You don't have to approach it with just, you know, with so much structure, with so much like, okay, no, it's 3 songs, then some announcements, and then, you know, the pastor goes up. Nah, sometimes you have to allow yourself just to speak and let the, you know, Holy Spirit just take control of the service, or take control of your life, take control of your day, right? I know, like, you know, usually for me, like, my morning devotionals, you know, when I'm at work, is on my car ride, which is why I love the Car Chronicles. But I hop in the car and I start just thanking Father God for this amazing day, right? And I don't know about you, but sometimes I don't wake up that full of energy, right? So what I've done, and I, you know, a little hint if you guys want to try it out, I did a little tip if something you might enjoy is if I'm kind of feeling that way, I know my spirit's awake. So I'll put some worship music on. Yeah. And then I'll let God just start talking and start talking and start talking. I'm like, okay, God. And then sometimes in the middle of a song, bam, get this energy and I start just declaring, thank you, Father God, it's going to be an amazing day. And we just get after it. And then there's sometimes where I'll drive and just letting the spirit talk, right? My spirit and God are just there. And I just allow the music to go. Because if I'm always just like, no, okay, I have, you know, a 25-minute drive. I have to pray and do this and that and pray for this. Just sometimes I'll start praying and God's like, pray about this. And my whole car ride there, I'm giving thanks. And then when I get to work, I'm like, all right, God, you got my back. It's going to be an amazing day. Boom, let's get after it, right? So that's, you know, what I want to talk about today. That's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. That, yes, obviously God's a God of direction. God's a God of structure. God's a God of just, you know, doing things the right way and the proper way. But God's also the God that he shows up wherever you're at. Whether it's your bathroom, whether it's your car, whether it's in your bedroom, whether you're at dinner, like, at the dinner table. Let God flow. And when God flows, I can guarantee you, so his blessings. Yeah. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of these talks, any of these times. There's going to be many different topics we'll be talking about, many different things that we'll have guests here. I have some buddies that we've already scheduled some times. There'll be some awesome, conversations, some panels. There's a lot in store for this. I'm excited for it because this gives me the opportunity just to be creative. Let the ideas flow with it and just go with it. I'm excited for what's to happen. That's what I can really say. I have some things that in the works that just stay tuned. I highly suggest that Fridays, put a little reminders on 100%, watch all of them. But Fridays is going to be one where it's, like I said, unfiltered. We're going to go, we're talking about so many different things, different topics, and I'm excited. I'm excited for it. I hope you're excited for it. I hope you guys have an amazing weekend. Enjoy yourselves, relax, spend time with your family, spend time just to recharge and reset, and just get after it. I love y'all. Stay safe. Make it the best day ever. See y'all next week.